Surah Al-Baqarah, the second chapter of the Quran, is one of the most detailed and comprehensive chapters in the Quran. It spans 286 verses and covers various aspects of faith, law, guidance, and moral teachings. Here is a more detailed exploration of the themes and teachings found in Surah Al-Baqarah. Faith and belief, guidance for the righteous. The surah opens with the statement that the Quran is a guidance for those who are conscious of God. Taqwa. It categorizes people into three groups: the believers, who accept the guidance; the disbelievers, who reject it; and the hypocrites, who pretend to believe but harbor disbelief in their hearts. Belief in the unseen. The surah emphasizes the importance of faith in the unseen, such as belief in God, angels, divine scriptures, and the Day of Judgment. This belief is considered a foundational aspect of a Muslim's faith. Laws and commandments. Prayer. Salah. Muslims are instructed to establish regular prayers and to face the Kaaba in Mecca as their Qibla direction during prayer. This change from facing Jerusalem to Mecca symbolizes the unity of the Muslim Ummah. Fasting. Sawm. The obligation of fasting during the month of Ramadan is introduced. Fasting is described as a means to develop self-discipline, piety, and empathy for the less fortunate. Dietary laws. The surah outlines what is lawful halal and unlawful haram to eat, emphasizing the importance of consuming what is pure and avoiding what is impure, such as alcohol and pork. Hajj pilgrimage. The rituals of Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca, are described, including the importance of performing this pilgrimage as an act of worship and submission to God. Marriage and family laws. The surah provides detailed guidance on marriage, including the rights and responsibilities of spouses, the permissibility of divorce, and the procedures for it. It also discusses the importance of kindness and justice in family relations. Inheritance laws. It establishes rules for inheritance, ensuring fair distribution of wealth among family members, including women and children. Social justice and economic ethics. Charity. Zakat. The surah emphasizes the importance of giving charity to those in need, particularly the poor, orphans, and travelers. Zakat is seen as a means of purify one's wealth and soul. Prohibition of usury riba. The surah strongly condemns the practice of usury riba, which refers to the exploitation of people through interest-based loans. It advocates for fair and just economic transactions. Honesty in business. The importance of honesty and transparency in business dealings is stressed. The surah encourages the documentation of debts and the presence of witnesses in financial transactions to avoid disputes. Covenant and community. Covenant with the Israelites. The surah recounts the covenant God made with the children of Israel, reminding them of their responsibilities and the consequences of breaking their covenant. It serves as a lesson for the Muslim community to uphold their covenant with God. The role of the Muslim Ummah. The surah describes the Muslim community as a middle nation, Ummah Wasat, tasked with upholding justice and bearing witness to the truth. This concept highlights the responsibility of Muslims to live according to God's guidance and be an example to others. Stories of the Prophets. Story of Adam. The surah narrates the creation of Adam, his fall from paradise, and his subsequent repentance. This story emphasizes human responsibility and the importance of seeking forgiveness from God. Prophet Ibrahim. Abraham. The surah details the story of Abraham, highlighting his unwavering faith, his trials, and his role in establishing monotheism. The Kaaba, which he and his son Ismail Ishmael built, is central to Muslim worship. Prophet Musa. The surah recounts the story of Moses and the Israelites, focusing on their deliverance from Pharaoh, their covenant with God, and their subsequent disobedience. This serves as a warning against ingratitude and disobedience. Moral and ethical teachings. Patience and perseverance. The surah encourages patience and steadfastness In the face of trials and tribulations, believers are urged to seek help through patience and prayer, trusting that God is with those who are patient. Justice and fairness. The importance of justice is a recurring theme. Believers are reminded to stand firm in justice, even if it goes against their own interests or those of their loved ones. Forgiveness and mercy. The surah emphasizes God's mercy and forgiveness, urging believers to be forgiving towards others as well. It also stresses the importance of repenting for one's sins and seeking God's forgiveness. Jihad and struggle in the path of God. The surah discusses the concept of jihad, which refers to striving in the way of God. This includes both the inner struggle to live a righteous life and, when necessary, physical struggle to defend the faith. However, the surah emphasizes that there should be no compulsion in religion, life after death, resurrection, and accountability. The surah frequently reminds believers of the Day of Judgment, where every individual will be held accountable for their deeds. It stresses the reality of resurrection and the final reckoning. Paradise and hell. The rewards for the righteous in paradise and the punishments for the wicked in hell are vividly described. These descriptions serve as motivation for believers to live righteously and avoid sin. Final verses, supplication and faith. The surah concludes with a powerful supplication, asking for God's forgiveness, guidance, and mercy. It reassures believers that God does not burden any soul beyond its capacity and emphasizes the importance of reliance on God, paradise and hell, the rewards for the righteous in paradise, and the punishments for the wicked in hell are vividly described. These descriptions serve as motivation for believers to live righteously and avoid sin. Affirmation of faith. The final verses affirm the believer's faith in God, His messengers, and His revelations, and they end with a prayer for help in remaining steadfast in faith. Summary. Surah Al-Baqarah is considered a comprehensive guide for Muslims, addressing various aspects of life, faith, and morality. Its teachings are foundational to understanding and practicing Islam.